Welcome to Crafty Hints. I'm Chantel. I'm excited to have you here today, and a special welcome if you came over from the playlist. Let's get to this DIY1, which is this birdhouse. I got this from the Dollar Tree and grabbed my Waverly chalk paint in the color Celery, and I painted the center. Next, I grabbed the moss and will paint the roof and the base with this color. I do apologize. I've got allergies or a cold or something going on here. And so I wanted to just apologize for that. All right, I'm just giving this one good coat. That's the thing I love about these chalk paints. They usually only need one coat, depending on the surface, and especially just this wood, one coat did it. And I also paint those pegs on the front of the birdhouse. Of course, you could choose any color that fits your needs. This is a candle pedestal that I found at the Dollar Tree as well. And I'm painting this in the Waverly chalk paint Truffle. And gave this, in a few spots, it did need a second coat. I thought this kind of looked like a good bird perch. All right, now I'm taking a little bead so that it helps balance that wood round as I set it on the edge here. And that wood round, I just gotten their little round wood ornaments that I gotten from Amazon. This one was just a little bit of an odder shape, so I thought it worked perfectly. And it does look like the top of a tree. So now I'm just going to put some hot glue on top of this. You could also use some E6000 for a stronger hold, as that ceramic sometimes doesn't like hot glue. Next, I put some Spanish moss in here, just like the birds would do, but I maybe trimmed it up just a little bit to make it a little bit nicer than maybe what the birds would do. All right, again, we just make it our own as we go here. I think this is coming along quite nicely, don't you? So cute. An inexpensive, cute decor piece. All right, now I took this cap and I'm taking some jute twine and I'm just going to make sure that I glue it nice and straight around the bottom of this cap. That way it gives us a nice base to continue to wrap around on top of this. If you wanted to, you could definitely paint this in that truffle first. That's the other thing about the chalk paints. If I use like an apple barrel acrylic, it's thinner and it doesn't adhere to like plastics and things like that as well as the chalk paint grabs. So apple barrel also has, some great uses, and I'll use that later in my video as well. So I'm just continuing to wrap this around. And just a dab of glue, but it covers this cap nicely. You could use, like a 2-liter bottle cap, or I'm not sure which one this came off of. I tend to just keep them now and then thinking that, it might work, as a spacer or something like that on another craft. And turns out this one came in handy for this. And you'll see very soon what it's going to be. Now I'm just going to turn this and give it a nice edge to the top of this so that you don't see the red at all. It'll be nice and flat there. Next, I'm going to choose some flowers. Of course, choose what's going to fit your decor, but needs to be small enough to fit in here. Then I just press this into some floral foam and brush the extra off. Now I'm just going to snip these apart as I'll be able to space them just a little bit better and stack them in there. And it's pretty simple, right? Oh my goodness, look at this flower bin, flower pot, flower basket. Oh, and the bird families now have, their own flowers. So sweet. Indie Annie Jones is hosting this Easter Spring Plaid Giftaway. All of us on here are plaid ambassadors, and so we enjoy using plaid products, and each of us will use them in our video. So here's how to enter that giftaway. Watch each of the videos and like it on the playlist. Each creator will have a special word, and you'll want to put that in your comment below. And you must be in the continental United States. The deadline for adding your comment is March 31st, and then we'll choose the winner. Good luck. You're going to love all of the ideas that you get to see in this playlist. All right, let's get to DIY 2. I took these Styrofoam Bunnies from the Dollar Tree, and I went over it first with Truffle. I wanted to get, rid of that base white to make it a nice chocolate bunny. But this is a little bit darker, so what I did was I went in with apple barrel melted chocolate. Melted chocolate. I'm going to have that as my special secret word because, yep, I love chocolate. So I will just make that my special one. Now I gave that a good coat just to go over the top of that. Next, I took Waverly chalk paint in Pool, and I gave another bunny a couple coats. This styrofoam did seem to kind of suck it up, so you want to give it a couple coats. But doesn't this look like either the marshmallow bunnies or, oh, what were those candies that they had? Oh, they're not a taffy, but if somebody remembers, also put that down in your comment along with the melted chocolate. Oh my goodness, I can't think what the candies were called, but they're kind of a harder candy, but they were these pastel colors. Anyways, this is Celery that you saw me use earlier, and I just gave it a couple coats, and there's all my bunnies hanging out there. Back there, my pink one was Ballet Slipper. So Plaid did send me some free paints. I told them I was going to be doing this, and so they sent me some free paints to use also. Some of these I already had, a few of them they gave me. So thank you, Plaid, for giving me those. But here's my chocolate bunny. And then I put a couple bunnies in my basket. And here's one in with some flowers, little chocolate bunny. Here's one sitting on my Easter. I wanted to show you, these are other things that I've made with my plaid chalk paints. I will put a link at the very end of this video of my spring and Easter playlist that shows all of these, but all the paints that I've used are plaid products. All right, I took these terracotta pots. They come in a 3-pack at the Dollar Tree, so that's $1.25 now. And I just gave the bottom a coat of plaster chalk paint. Now, this one is crystal. I hadn't used this one before, but my thought was I was going to paint the rim of each of these, and, it would go from a light color to a darker color. So just painting the rim of that, and then I painted down the inside just a little bit because I wasn't sure how far down I would put flowers, and that way if I want to use them for another time or however else I want to use them in the future, that has a nice finished edge as well. So you just painted that outside edge as well as the inside edge. Then the next one, I went around with Pool. And then I mixed the two together. I think I maybe should have added a little bit of plaster to make it a little bit lighter because it was just a hint lighter than the Pool. So it was all right, though. You can see that there's a color difference. And I did the same exact thing. And I put it in the plastic wrap. So as it, is drying, in case I needed another coat, you just fold over that plastic wrap and you can then, use the rest of it. And I cut my foam inside my bag. That way you don't have that floral foam mess. And that's just a little vegetable chop thing from the Dollar Tree. I find that handy. Now I'm using a little bit of moss. Sometimes it's called reindeer moss. This was just I think it was just called moss. And now you'll just take whatever flowers you would like. And you did get a sneak peek of these with my little chocolate bunny before. But my thought was, you can use this then after Easter, because my little bunny was just in there with a toothpick like it was to dry on my floral foam earlier. So then I just popped it in for this also. So I can pull him out and it'll just be spring. But when he's in there, then it's there for Easter. I do hope that you'll also, with your comment, let me know which one was your favorite or what you'd like to see in the future. But I truly appreciate you coming and visiting, and I really hope that you're also going to make sure to hit that playlist. I can't wait to see who wins this plaid giveaway. It's going to be amazing. All right, I'm just finishing up this second one, and I won't make you watch me do the third one because, again, this is going to be your preference. What flowers do you want in yours? What is going to match your decor? Here's what it looks like with the bunny in there. Kind of cute. And here they are all together. So sweet. There it is without the bunny. Thanks again for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the future. And here's that playlist that I told you about earlier. Thanks again. Have a blessed day.